Hello again, it's January 2026 and thank you for joining Gail and I on our first holiday of the year. Well, we've been busy choosing and booking holidays for the coming year and we're looking forward to sharing them all. Well, we're going to kick off the line-up with a trip to Riddings Wood Holiday Park, Riddings Village, Alfreton, Derbyshire, and this is where we're heading to in the country. Just below Alfreton. We've booked 5 nights on a fully serviced hard-standing pitch at an amazing price of just £22 per night, and that includes electricity. Definitely a bargain break. Riddings Wood is owned by James Parks, a family business who also own 3 other holiday parks and 2 residential ones. Well, Riddings Park is surrounded by 11 acres of woodland, so there's plenty of paths to explore and enjoy, and it's handy to note it's open all year round. Arrivals are from 11:30 AM, so that's good too. We'll see you on the road in. Just had a phone call from the moving intelligence tracker that my alarm had gone off. Must have caught the button in the door pocket, so I've just been and turned it off. Right, we'll carry on with the journey. Oh, we're turning off Greenhill Lane.
Now turn left.
On to South Street.
Please follow the road for 900 yards.
Oh, half a mile to go. Oh, it's not too bad down here. A few parked cars. Oh, he's letting me through. Thank you. We're now on High Street. The road's changed name. .3 of a mile to go. Rain's eased off, so should be setting up in the dry. We're now on Bullock Lane.
In 300 yards, you will have reached your destination.
Just down here somewhere on the left. This is it.
The destination is in the indicated direction. You have reached your destination.
We've been given a barrier code via email. 56. Electric's connected. Let's get that heating on and get the caravan Ford out. The joys of winter caravanning. On this trip I'll be using OS Explorer 269. This is the route we took to the caravan park. We came off junction 28 of the M1 onto the A38 West, and then we came off this slip road here for the B600 Alfreton and Somercotes. At the end of the slip road we turned left onto the B600, past the retail park, and at this point here we turned right onto the B6017, and then down to the traffic lights here where the Co-op food hall is we turned left onto the B6016, and then here we turned left onto the road that changes name from South Street to High Street to Bullock Lane, and here's the caravan park. Nice to get back to Caravan Toast.
Well, we've never been away in January before, ever, anywhere. So we're not reaching for the moon this trip, but the stars will do just fine. Everywhere's looking a bit bleak and drab. Dry weather isn't guaranteed, and it certainly isn't warm. But a little bit of free time to escape the daily grind will do us both good, I'm sure. A little bit of joy in January. We're not in the Peak District area of Derbyshire here, but rather the Amber Valley District, and it's home to 4 market towns: Alfreton, Ripley, Heanor and Belper. And if you like shopping, here are the distances. However, the Peak District National Park is only a short drive. Matlock is a historic spa town. Bakewell, of course, is equally as popular and famous for its Bakewell pudding. There's lovely Chatsworth House with its free-to-roam estate, and the historic Arkwright's Cotton Mill in Cromford. If you watched Antiques Roadshow on Sunday the 18th of January this year, you'll have noticed it was filmed at Sir Richard Arkwright's mill in Cromford near Matlock, and it's the world's first water-powered cotton spinning mill, and you can go on a guided tour.
We were going to have a walk round site, but the mist come down, so I washed my car instead. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
Well, this afternoon we've decided to go for a little walk in Riddings Wood, behind us.
There's the caravan park entrance, and 2 minutes up the road is the entrance to Riddings Wood. And there you have the premium lodges on Riddings Holiday Park. There's footpaths to take in different directions.
Who lives in a house like this? I wonder.
Rain stops play, we're going to have to go back to Caravan and have a cuppa. And you can see our caravan over my shoulder. Thank you very much for the kind gifts, Richard and Lynn. This is my Lambrini strawberry, never seen that before. And this is Gail's 19 crimes. It'll be 20 when she's finished the bottle.
Thank you very much, both of you, and a very happy new year.
Yes, happy new year. It's going to go nicely with our hot smoked salmon and quite a large salad. Cheers.
Cheers.
Owls out. To it, to who, said the wise old owl.
Morning. We've had breakfast, we've made the flask, we've packed the snacks, and now we're going to walk into the village. Then we're going to look for a monument, and then we're going to look for a ruined castle.
It's handy to know bus stops are right outside site entrance, one here and one on the other side of the road. We're now in Ironville village, and there's Christ Church. We're on Cinderbank, and this used to be the doctor's house. This is Forge Row in Ironville Model Village, built around 1830 by the Butterley Company to house their workers. An interesting fact. Opposite Forge Row is this information board about historic Codnor Park ironworks, and it does say here Forge Row was built using waste slag from the furnaces circa 1830. Here's an example of iron slag used in Ironville's buildings. There's even a boundary wall built out of this iron slag. Look at the colours and formations in it. There aren't many of these unique properties left in the village. Well, sadly, many have been demolished. We're going to make our way to the monument now. At the end of Forge Row is Station Road, which takes us to Monument Lane.
But first we're going to have lunch with the horses. Only we're having a cuppa and a custard cream.
Here's Jessup Monument, but alas, it's on private land. Well, it was built in 1854 in memory of William Jessup, known as the Iron Master.
He was a civil engineer who famously worked on railways and canals, including the Midland Railway and the Cromford Canal, which are both in this area.
Jessup discovered iron ore whilst digging the Butterley Tunnel for the Cromford Canal.
Oh look, there's a viewing platform up there. Well, he became co-founder of a company that was set up to mine the iron ore, and they had 3 blast furnaces in operation, and it eventually became known as the Butterley Company. Well, they became a dominant force in UK iron, and their achievements are so great that I've had to write them down. There's too many. So they're famous for the vast ironworks at St Pancras Station, the colonnades at Haymarket Theatre. They built the Cromford and High Peak Railway, They manufactured steam locomotives and railway wagons. They built bridges and canals. The Pinchbeck engine at Wisbeach we saw on one of our videos was built by Butterley, and the winding engine we saw at Middleton Top at Wirksworth was also made by Butterley, so we'll leave links for these at the end of the video. And the list just goes on and on. William Jessop's massive achievements and innovations go down in history on a large scale, and it's rather sad today, I think, to see this 70-foot monument behind me standing alone in a field with no public access.
Well, we've reached Codnor Castle. Oh, over the stile we go. Well, here's Codnor Castle. It's on private land, but managed by English Heritage. Fancy having that in your back garden. Anyway, it's a ruined 13th century Grade 2 listed castle, and it overlooks Erewash Valley. And there's the valley in the mist. It was once surrounded by a moat with a drawbridge and landscape gardens. Hello, are you watching us watching you? Anyway, the Butterley Company purchased Codnor Castle in 1862, and the National Coal Board bought it in 1978 and stabilised the ruins before mining the land. The chewing fence and gate. Anyway, interestingly, Time Team visited in 2007 and found a gold noble coin of Henry V.
Oh, he's come to see me, look. Hello. Hello, sweetheart. Oh, that's nice. Are you coming as well? Are you coming for a fuss? Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's nice. Oh, look at that, Robert.
Oh, it's a shame it's on private land. This is as close as we can get. Circular walk to the bottom of here, turn left, and that'll take us back to Forge Row. This was our walk to historic Ironville village, Codnor Castle and Jessop Monument. We turned left outside the caravan park, down the road into the village. Here's Christ Church, and then we went down Cinderbank, along here, and here is Forge Row. And then we went up Station Road, onto Monument Lane, and here is Jessop Monument on private land. Then we continued along here, and then joined this footpath going across the field, and here is Codnor Castle ruins. And then we continue down here, through the woods, back along Forge Row, and return to the caravan. Across from Forge Row used to be Codnor Park Ironworks, which is now Erewash Nature Reserve.
We're going to do a short walk along the Cromford Canal today and look for the Butterley Tunnel Eastern Portal. Plans are to see Butterley Reservoir and whatever else we come across along the way. And we'll start by walking back into Ironville village, which is just down the road. Right, we've changed our minds. We're going to do a site tour before we go on our walk.
Let's have a look at our pitch. The pitch is just wide enough for your caravan or motorhome, and if you've got an awning, as you can see, folks have had it onto the grass and the car goes in front of the caravan. Well, this is our pitch, number 7, and I've tuned the TV into the caravan aerial and I've had to raise and rotate it to get a good signal. This is a shared bollard for our pitch and number 8. Here we have the illuminated bollard with the water tap, grey waste point and 16 amp electric, and I've used my 10 metre hookup cable and I've had to use my 7.5 metre water extension hose. Mobile signal, we're with EE and we're getting 2 bars 5G outside the caravan. I've got full TV signal, and on the Vision Plus router I've got 3 bars 4G and 3 bars 5G now. Back to 2. I've got 2 bars of 5G mobile signal inside the caravan, and these are the test results. Ian from Motoring Matilda channel said I would get a better throughput by connecting to Vision Plus 5 GHz, which I'm connected to now. These are the Vision Plus router results. Well, the download speed is as good as the same as the mobile signal, but the upload speed has doubled. Well, Ian also points out a good jitter speed is under 30 milliseconds and under 10 is excellent. Well, I'm getting 7 here with the Vision Plus, but with the mobile signal I got 3. Well, jitter is a time delay of packets of data sent over the network. This is empty pitch number 8 at the side of us, just to give you an example of the service pitch. This is looking at pitches 8, 9 and 10 below us. This is the view from the front of our caravan. And this is looking back up the site, and there's some brave soul putting the tent up. This site will come alive in the summer months with tourers and tents on these grass pitches. But this time of year, it's just fine for us. Peace, tranquility, and a lovely open feel. Here we have entrance and reception. It's one way round to the left. As you turn left below the barrier, the first 10 pitches on the left are fully serviced. Here's the rest of the pitches, and there's our caravan. This is looking at the rest of the site below the service pitches, and there's a little bit of work going on. And right down there is the play area. These are standard hard-standing pitches, 14 and 15, backing onto the play area. There are 16 standard hard-standing pitches, 16 amp, and there are 60 grass pitches for touring and camping, and they're all 10 amp, but they are quite slopey. As you can see here, so you will need levelling blocks for your caravan. This is looking back up the site from pitch 18, and there are security CCTV cameras. The Elson point is at the side of the bins. The facility block in the middle of the site is no longer in use because there's a new modern block. The new facility block is here at the side of reception, and there's an outdoor pot washing area. Next to the gents is the accessible toilet.
Right, let's take a look at this new facility block. It's warm, it's clean. There's 4 showers, 5 toilets and 4 basins. Yes, it's a decent facility block and it smells fresh too.
This is the site map. Entrance barrier, reception, facility block, bins and chemical toilet emptying point. Pitches 1 to 10 are fully serviced and we're on pitch 7. These are the standard hard-standing pitches and the remaining ones are grass pitches. We're back in Ironville village and we're going to take this footpath that'll take us to Cromford Canal. The first thing we come to is Codnor Reservoir. This very old bridge once spanned the Pinxton Canal. And the Pinxton Canal once joined the Cromford Canal down there. When we've had a cuppa, we're going to join the towpath and find the tunnel portal. Colin's bench, he loved the great outdoors. Well, we can relate to that.
Codnor Reservoir is one of 3 that was built to feed the canal.
The canal was built in 1794 by William Jessup and the Butterley Company. It's 14.5 miles long, running from Cromford to Langley Mill. And behind me, up on the hill, you can see William Jessup's monument. It was used as a transport route for coal, limestone, lead and cotton. And the cotton went to Sir Richard Arkwright's Cromford Mill, the world's first water-powered cotton spinning mill. Butterley Tunnel next. We've had to cross the road and drop back down to the canal, and the tunnel's just up here. Look at that, cascade. Here's the eastern portal of the Butterley-Cromford Canal tunnel. The tunnel was opened in 1794 and it's 1.7 miles long. And it was during the tunnel excavation William Jessup discovered iron ore. The tunnel closed in 1900 because a section had collapsed due to subsidence, but the canal continued to be used either side of the tunnel until 1944, when goods were no longer transported. This is the second canal feeder from Butterley Park Reservoir, but the reservoir is no longer there. So this water comes from various water courses. Just above the Canal Butterley Tunnel is the Golden Valley Light Railway station. This is the end of the line known as Newlands Inn, and it takes you to Butterley Station. These are 2025 dates, but it'll give you a rough idea. That's looking down the line. Through the woods in Butterley Country Park. This was the Butterley Park Reservoir. All this water's heading towards that cascade at the side of the tunnel. This is the end of the line for the Golden Light Railway at Swanwick Junction and Station. You can just see the rooftops of the station building. The Golden Light Railway sits on the track bed of the former railway that carried goods to the canal at Ironville. We've just walked up from the Golden Valley Light Railway and we've come across this. It looks like an old pit head. This is what's left of the former Butterley Works, and the rest of it back there is now a housing estate. Oh, that's been bricked up, look. Wonder where that went. The Cromford Canal tunnel runs somewhere under here, and they used to lower goods down onto a loading wharf inside the tunnel. Look at that, not many buildings left now. Well, we've reached Butterley Reservoir and it's raining. And it's the third reservoir that was used to feed the Cromford Canal. And there's a little model boat out there, look. That's the Midland Railway line crossing the reservoir. We're heading for the Midland Railway. We're here at Hammersmith Station on the Heritage Midland Railway, and this is the end of the line. And this chap here is famous for the bouncing bomb. The Heritage Steam Railway is 3.5 miles long and it runs from here to just before Pye Bridge. For a train ride you need to board at Butterley Station, and there you'll find a tea room, shop and museum. This is the former Ambergate to Pye Bridge line, which opened in 1875 and closed in 1968. And I'm getting wet. Welcome to Butterley Station. This is Midland Railway's Butterley Station. Interesting information board here on Butterley.
You can also hire a lodge here at Riddings Wood, or even a premium lodge. Even reception looks pretty in the fading light. They've got a well-stocked freezer in there, speciality dog treats and homemade jams.
It's dusk and the site's well lit with bollards, but it could do with a light at the Elson emptying point and the bins. You need one of these head torches to go to the bins. This was our walk to the Cromford Canal. From the caravan park we dropped back down into the village, and at the back of Christchurch we took this footpath here, which is the route of the old Pinxton Canal, and here is the stone bridge that stands on its own. Then we carried on along the side of Codnor Park Reservoir, along the side of the canal, then we had to cross over the road here to rejoin the canal. And here is the entrance to the Butterley Tunnel, and there's the cascade. This is Midland Railway Country Park, and here is the Golden Valley Light Railway, and this is Newlands Inn Station, and that takes you to Butterley Park Station here. This is the line of the Butterley-Cromford Canal Tunnel. Well, here is the eastern portal, and it runs along this line here. There's an air shaft, another air shaft. Here you can see it says tunnel disused. Another air shaft. It runs under the former Butterley Works. Along here there's another air shaft here, although it doesn't say it. And here is the western portal on the west side of the A38. We continued our walk through the country park to this point here, and then we took this footpath along here to Coach Road, and then we carried on along Coach Road along here, and here is the former Butterley Works, and then we continued along the edge of Butterley Reservoir to Hammersmith Station. The full length of Butterley Midland Railway runs from here at Hammersmith all the way along here to the end of the line here, just below Pye Bridge. And there are two main stations, Butterley and Swanwick Junction. I'd like to say hello to Mike and Joanne, who follow the channel. We had a quick chat via Skype after their son spotted me walking to our local shop back home. Well, he couldn't believe his eyes, so he did a quick U-turn in his car to catch up with me. So Happy New Year to you all, and happy touring for 2026, Mike and Joanne, in Tilly, your motorhome. I've had an interesting question in a comment from Jamie and Lauren. Do caravan insurance providers offer discount for having a recordable rear view camera? Well, I'd never even thought about this, so I did a bit of searching. And the answer is yes. I found Caravan Guard Insurance and Supershore Insurance do in fact offer discount, to name but two. Well, we're with the Caravan and Motorhome Club, and their discount list doesn't mention rear view cameras, so it's worth checking out policies. We're off to the Dog at Pentridge. Well, we've been before, we know it's good food, and they cater for gluten-free for Gail. Let's get going. Well, we're here. Looks busy. Here's a quick rundown of the menu. And here's the lunchtime menu.
It's 3.6 miles from site, and as you can see, it's very nice in here. I've ordered the fish and chips.
And I'm having fish pie. Oh, that looks good.
It sure does. Really looking forward to this. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to see you on our next holiday video.